Welcome to this week's Goddess Guidance, and we'll see if I can get this together. All right, so we have Lakshmi with the message of bright future. She says, stop worrying. Everything is going to be just fine. All right, so a little bit about the Goddess Lakshmi. She is a beautiful and benevolent Hindu goddess, bringing abundance to those who call upon her. She's also connected to the lotus flower, elephants, and water, representing her absolute faith in fertility and abundance available to everyone. So she's happy to bring supply to you, whether that means money, time, knowledge, or even opportunity. She also works closely with the deity Ganesh, who's the elephant-headed deity known to be the overcomer of obstacles. And together, they're an unstoppable team that works to help you release fear and accept abundance. So I love that message and the fact that she works with the deity Ganesh, or some people say Ganesha. Just the fact that she works with another entity, another being. Sometimes we forget how powerful our network, our community, or just, the people around us, the resources that we have. And so when we learn to tap into that, that allows us to truly experience our abundance, as well as other opportunities that can help us to lead, a bright future. So with that being said, go ahead and take a nice deep breath. And just allowing yourself a moment to settle in. Softening your gaze. If your eyes are open, or just allowing your eyes to close gently. Taking this time just to slow down. Setting everything else aside. You can always pick up anything you've set aside at a later time. But just for now, give yourself this moment to just breathe. And relax. Noticing the physical space that you're in. Allowing your senses to awaken. If you've chosen to focus your gaze softly out in front of you, if you notice different colors, textures, shapes, that which surrounds you in your physical space. Your eyes are closed. Maybe there may be images, pictures within the mind's eye, representing the things that are on your mind. Breathing in and breathing out. Shifting your awareness to the sounds within your environment. No need to judge them. Wish they were different. Just observing. Maybe there's a fragrance in the air. Maybe there's taste. So lingering upon your tongue. Maybe you feel the clothes on your skin. Maybe you notice the weight of your body upon whatever surface you're sitting or lying upon. Then allow those senses to expand, shifting from the ordinary to the extraordinary perception of your senses. Doesn't mean that things become amplified, but maybe you just notice the subtleties of your physical environment. What is nuanced? What is in the background? Just observing, taking it all in, releasing it on the exhales as you breathe in, breathe out. Allowing the breath to become smooth, slow, and steady. Giving yourself some time to just release all of the moments of your day or evening, putting them aside. The interactions, experiences that you've had, just setting them all aside. Your thoughts, feeling, observing them without attachment. So you begin to shift your awareness inwards from that which is outside of you to the edges of your aura, personal space, defining that. Maybe it's 2, 3 feet out around you. Seeing if you can identify the edges of your personal space in this moment. Drawing them in if they are expanded outwardly. Maybe you allow it to expand and grow. You feel restricted, tight, small in your space. As you allow the breath to lengthen on each inhale, to deepen with each exhale, shift your awareness to the crown of your head, just allowing it to soften. As you begin to open your mind to what's possible curiosity, to wonder what is here for you in this moment, in this meditation. Giving yourself permission to access the wisdom of your higher self that sits in the energy center of the chakra just above your crown. And ever so slowly, moving your observational awareness to the forehead, relaxing the forehead and the space between the brows. Shifting your awareness back behind the eyes for a moment, breathing into that space. Noticing the back of the head, the base of the skull, softening any tension. Maybe retracting the head just a little bit. As you move your awareness down into the jaws, allowing them to soften. Tongue becomes heavy, falling away from the roof of the mouth for just this moment. Your entire face relaxes. The back of the head relaxes. You soften in your throat, the back of the neck. You move your awareness across the collarbone to the top of your shoulder blade. Moving into the shoulders. Relaxing the upper arm, your triceps, your biceps, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, back of the hands, relax, palms of your hands, relax. You allow your pinky fingers to soften, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, thumb, all soft. And relax. On your next breath in, just notice the rise of your chest on the inhale, and as you exhale, fall of your chest. The expansion and contraction of the ribs as you breathe in and out. Relaxing space between the shoulder blades. Allowing the heart to just take rest, moving towards the back of the body. Notice a space just below the ribs. Maybe you notice it also expands and contracts as you breathe in and out. The middle back softens and relaxes. Maybe you feel a slight sway, inviting you to take comfort, to take rest, as if you're allowing yourself to just sit back. Let go, and to receive, to rest. Softening that energy between the belly button and the back of the body. As we begin to move down to the torso, into the low belly. Relaxing the low back, down into the sacrum. Across the hips and into the low belly. Taking a soft landing to your pelvic floor, the base of your spine. Breathing into the hips. Feeling them become heavy. And as you continue that sense of relaxation down to the legs, feet, your toes, you begin to feel yourself energetically taking root in this moment, in this time, in this space. From the base of your spine, rooting down into the earth, allowing those roots to descend deep and wide. There's plenty of space. As you anchor down into space in the earth that feels welcoming, inviting, warm, comforting. Your own personal paradise within the earth. Space where you can be carefree, releasing all your worries, your doubts, your fears, your uncertainty. The earth's core magnetizing all that no longer serves you as it gently dissolves and is released from your body, your emotions, your mind, your spirit. And there's no harm in letting go, releasing, and grounding into the earth. The earth is a transformative life force energy. And so all that you release is unconditionally, lovingly received, sent back to its original source. Just breathe, relax. Maybe you take a few rounds of breath in through the nose as you inhale and releasing an audible sigh out through the mouth as you exhale. Repeating this a couple more rounds, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. Inhaling, exhaling, allowing the sound of your voice, the vibration in your throat, bring you into the frequency, the vibration, receptivity, of relaxation. It's like coming home after a long day and just knowing that in this space, you're comfortable. No need to perform. You can take off any hats, setting aside any performance roles, responsibilities, obligations, expectations. Taking off any uniforms, physically or energetically. Any costumes, any masks, setting them aside. Just allowing yourself to be. Just sit. Just rest. You can always pick up your to-do list later. Pick up any responsibilities. Pick up any chores. Any must-dos, should-dos. You can always come back to them, but for this moment, just breathe. Allowing the body to become heavier. The breath becomes deeper. On your next breath, you begin to draw this primordial life force energy up from the earth. Feel her sending you this undeniable, strong, graceful energy. This creative energy, this abundant energy, this resourceful energy, this nourishing energy up through the soles of your feet, up into the ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, front, back, sides. Allowing it to come up into the hips and maybe your sacrum, your tailbone. Takes a little dip as it anchors down even further into the earth. This energy from earth that is cycled upwards into your lower extremities now flows back down into the earth. So you've established a connection between the lower half of your body and the support of Mother Earth. As your tailbone reaches downwards, you allow your body to also receive upwards, cycling that earth energy up, through, and down. Lower half of your body, your lower extremities. As you allow your crown to open up, begin to see, sense, or notice beautiful, bright, cosmic, heavenly energy in the form of a brilliant golden light. It's like liquid gold coming from the far edges of the earth and pouring into your open crown because you are receptive, receiving the bright future that is in store for you. You allow this light to saturate every strand of hair, every pore on your face. You allow it to move down from the crown of your head into the jaw, neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingertips. Like liquid gold light, filling every cell of your body, making its way down both sides of the spine and into the hips, bridging the gap between heaven and earth in your body as it says hello. To that earth energy, looping its way up the front of the body, coming up through the belly, up into the heart space, across the collarbones once again, going down the arms, wrists, forearms, hands, fingertips, and continuing its flow up through the front of the body, up and out the crown of your head, clearing out any blockages that may be held in the mind, in the heart, in the belly, in the hips, clearing out front and back, any constrictions, known and unknown through all time, space, dimensions, realities, within the karmic chakra that just sits above your crown, and that of your higher self, which sits below that in your crown, clearing out the energies of your crown chakra. Anything that has kept you disconnected from your higher self. The karmic blueprints of prosperity, abundance, wisdom, insight, guidance, bliss, euphoria, abundance, creativity, inspiration, all of that being cleared out the chakras above your crown and that within your crown. Allow it to clear out the space of your third eye, front and back. This golden light continuing to move down the back of the body and up the front of the body, balancing your chakras, releasing the past, that which is behind you, and clearing the path forward, removing any obstacles, any perceptions of obstacles. Giving yourself permission to see the truth, to see possibility, see things creatively. Veils being lifted. This light continues to move through, feeling it flow through the space of the throat chakra, dissolving any words left unspoken. Anything that may have had you in a chokehold, keeping you from expressing yourself, not knowing how to express yourself, allowing that blockage to just dissolve. Like the river flowing over rocks, wearing them down to where they become minuscule pebbles that are insignificant. Feeling more empowered to speak your truth, your desires, conviction. Remembering how powerful your words are. The way you speak to yourself about yourself and your future, the past, hold significant frequencies, vibrations, through the resonance of sound. Just like favorite song can put you in a good mood, the words you speak of love, positivity, reassurance, can allow you to move forward with grace and authenticity. Feeling the heart space, your heart chakra, front and back, being cleared, removing any old emotional timelines that may be lingering, any cords that may be still held on to, either from yourself or from another. Gently releasing them, like you're slowly, intentionally pulling the plug out from the wall socket. Breathing into the heart space. You may notice some emotions arrive, and that's okay. Feel them. It's okay to express them. Just acknowledge them for this moment. Feeling this energetic clearing deepen as you move down into the belly. Softening the front and back of the solar plexus, giving yourself permission to disengage and just detach from any power struggles, anything that has felt unresolved, lacking closure, anything that's been upsetting, disturbing, the anxiety. Calling all of your power back, this beautiful golden light, resourcing you from within, recharging your energetic battery here within your solar plexus. Continuing to move down deeper to the low belly, allowing it to dissolve any creative blocks, anything keeping you playing small, anything preventing you from fully trusting yourself. Any heavy worries, fears, unresolved emotions, all softly dissolving. And as they do, they just effortlessly flow, seamlessly moving down into the earth. Just breathe. Feeling yourself once again, taking that soft landing here into the pelvic floor, the space of your root chakra. Allowing that energy center to expand to the width of your hips. Just creating some room for this earth and light cosmic energy to work its magic. Any struggles, challenges, density softens, becoming lighter. Expanding this energy center to the width of your hips also expands your presence, becoming more dynamic, becoming more in the flow, becoming more resourceful. So much that you release all worries, even if it's just for this moment, creating a new pattern of thinking, of feeling, of being, so that your body eventually becomes comfortable in this space of expansion, of growth. Rewiring, recircuiting your mind to know that when life is lifing, you have another option instead of being caught up in survival or stress, fear, restriction. And you can always come within and create space for yourself. Expanding, opening up these energy centers. Remembering that there are no tests, blocks, or obstacles in your way aside from that of your own projections, your own perception. But whatever you may be experiencing at this moment, what is one positive shift in your perspective that brings you comfort, It brings you a sense of ease, hope, optimism. Maybe recalling all those times where you couldn't imagine something better happening, but it did. Reclaiming those moments, those feelings, or synchronicity, serendipity, coincidence. Divine intervention stepped in and led you to something better, something greater that you may not have imagined. Maybe it turned out better than you could have imagined. Drawing that energy of being supported, being heard, being seen, being loved, regardless of how worthy you felt, how deserving you felt. Something outside of you knew that you were still enough, saw you as enough, and stepped in, supporting you, assisting you, guiding you. Call forth the feelings of that moment, all of your senses awakening to one of those moments. Gentle reminder that whatever you may be experiencing in this moment, regardless of how challenging, how uncertain it may feel or be, based on what is perceived, no matter how big or small, a bright future still lies ahead for you. Give all your worries, concerns, stresses, anxiety, any of that icky, sticky energy. Releasing it down to the earth below, or recycling it upwards to the heavens above. But just remembering that you are the embodiment of heaven on earth. You are creative life force energy. You have the power to shift not only your perspective, but your reality through your unwavering thoughts, conviction in your spirit, hope, optimism, faith, love in your heart. Stop worrying. Relax. Just breathe for this moment. Allow the shift to happen through you, for you, and then around you. Focus on your bright today and tomorrows. And it is promised that it is so. Take rest in this message. Softening any hard edges. Lengthening and deepening the breath as you inhale and exhale. Nice and relaxed. Breathing in. Fill you all the way up and exhale. You're ready, you can bring some movement gently to your fingertips, your toes, your wrists, your ankle. Sway a little side to side. You take some hip circles, some chest circles. Maybe you roll the shoulders up and back a few times. Maybe you roll through the neck one way and then the other. Maybe you place your hands somewhere in your body, just comforting yourself, bringing you into this moment, giving yourself a little massage. And then when you're ready, there's no rush. And slowly, gently, open your eyes into this moment and that of a bright future. All right, so today's goddess guidance is the goddess Lakshmi. Her message of a bright future says, stop worrying, everything is going to be fine. I know sometimes that may be challenging or hard to not just receive, but to also believe when pretty much it feels like life is lifing times 10 and shit is at the fan. And sometimes certain circumstances may also be in the hands of others. You may feel as if your fate is in the hands of others. However, at the end of the day, you are still a participant in that situation. On some level, you may have agreed to it, whether it was forced upon you unconsciously, subconsciously. Um, it can be a situation that may be less than desirable. It can be also something that you maybe just making up, right? May not be that serious, right? Because we only know so much about something. But the message of a bright future is one that says, regardless of how challenging life may be, maybe life is good right now. Okay, so this would be an affirmation for you to continue on the path, doing the things that pour into you, nourish you, continuing to move in a direction that supports your autonomy and fills your heart space with light and with joy, and maybe you're celebrating, and this would be confirmation that things are about to get better. Okay, I'm here for that. So things things are getting better, regardless of where you are on that spectrum. Things are shitty or things are freaking phenomenal. Okay, regardless, things are getting better. That is something we're going to take. Okay, so I hope you received that at least about a bright future. However, I'm going to share with you the various meanings of this message, and that is you and your loved ones will be protected and provided for. Ashe, we receive that fully, all right? Through all time, space, dimensions, realities, future generations, all that. Um, Let go of any bag lady fears about your future. So, like Erykah Badu, bag lady, okay? You gonna miss your bus, okay? The bus of blessings, okay? You don't want to miss that. Put the bags down, okay? Unpack some shit so that at least if you got to carry those bags, hey, they'll be lighter. Or maybe like the goddess Lakshmi here, who works in partnership with Ganesh, maybe there's a person or something, good Samaritan, earth angel, maybe it's someone you know, maybe it's someone you don't, that comes in to assist you, right, in helping you to unpack so that you can move forward lighter, right? It's the same as when you're decluttering your wardrobe or your closet and you make a donation to Goodwill. It's doing good for other people, right? But at the same time, you now have new space. So it's a win-win on both ends. And to hold your positive thoughts, hold positive thoughts and intentions. Okay, I know that may not always be easy. It may sound a little fluffy and woo-woo, but there is actually a neuroscience to thinking and speaking positively, not only about yourself, but over your life, over your loved ones, okay, over your body. And know that you'll always have your needs met now and in the future. So claim that. Tapping into your resourcefulness. Sometimes you can also just call in, hey, spirit, God, goddess, I need help. And then step out the way so that the help that you need can actually find you, right? Without you trying to maneuver, trying to control everything. Sometimes you just have to step aside after you set your intention and let yourself be and let that which meets your needs find you. And then last but not least, don't worry about money. I know that's hard to do in this economic culture right now, okay? But if you look at history, we've had ups, we've had downs, ins and outs. There's people who end up thriving, right, when there's an economic crisis. And then there are those who, when things are on the up and up, all of a sudden there's a tower moment, things come crashing down. So my personal advice would be to redefine how you want your connection to money to be like, how you want to experience money in your life. Okay, not based on what others have said or others do or how others have advised you and so forth. Those are opportunities for feedback, but you have to see what resonates for you. And you also have to remember that you can possess that energy. Money is just a currency, and it allows you to express more of who you already are. So if you are someone that naturally, is a quote unquote good person, if you're someone who naturally is kind and things like that, or generous, redefining money as something not to be shameful of, but something that can support you in your endeavors to become even greater as a kind and genuine, generous person, right? It's just a tool of vibration. So don't let how others have handled or mishandled their fortunes be the rules or the guidelines of how you need to be in relationship to that, okay? And instead, visualize abundance. So what does abundance look like for you? Because really the word abundance just means more of. So if you are in a space of lack or shame or guilt or, things just not working out and so forth, and you continue to ask for abundance, but you haven't actually raised your capacity to receive more, you haven't really shifted your mindset, then what happens is you're sending out this signal of I'm in lack, I'm in desperation, and I want abundance. And Spirit's like, well, you're holding an abundance of like financial stress and peril and trials and tribulations. So you ask for abundance. Okay. We love you enough to give you more of the vibration that you're holding. So, sometimes you gotta be a little delulu, but I wouldn't, I don't really like, I know people say delulu and, in a positive way. I think what they're really trying to say is just use positive visualization. Okay. When you were a kid and you used to daydream and imagine what you were going to be like when you were older and so forth, use that same energy of awe and enthusiasm and possibility and, whimsy and all those things, but not be so practical to where you kind of squelch it. right? You're trying to control it, and this does take practice. But using your imagination for the positive, as they say, you can worry about what if it doesn't work out and stress yourself using your imagination in that way, or you can use your imagination in a positive way. What if it does work out? What would it take for this to work out in my favor, right? What would it be like to experience positive shifts in this situation? And when you start asking yourself questions like that, the mind has no other choice but to try to figure it out, okay? And it'll start to look at past experiences, and what happens is the brain will start to say, well, that didn't really work out that way, and like, what would it take to experience a positive shift? Like, well, I haven't experienced that before, so I don't know the answer. So now let me start computing how this can happen and what that might look like, and that shift mentally will start to create a synapse, as they call it, and that energy, that frequency now starts to reverberate out into your energetic field, right? Shifting your overall frequency, the energy that you embody, and then from that space, asking for an abundance of answers that can help you to experience better, to experience more, to experience whatever it is that you desire an abundance of, okay? Being specific and about what you want an abundance of to drive the energy. And that is how you practice conscious controlling, because in that space, you're actually a co-creator, okay? So hope you receive that and the bright future that lies ahead for you. Thank you.